Hi guys, welcome back to another exciting video. Today we are going to watch this woman destroy gender ideology in just 5 minutes. So you guys sit back, relax and enjoy. Today's video is from TFP Student Action and it's titled She Destroys Gender Ideology in 5 minutes. I can't even wait to see this. It's a very short one and I cannot wait to see what she has to talk about. Gender ideology and how she destroys it. Before we dive into the video, I'm okay. Welcome to the channel. If it's your first time here, good to have you here. Do well to like, share, subscribe, turn on post notification bell. Let's jump straight into the video.
Thank you for your testimony. The chair now recognizes Dr. Grossman for 5 minutes for your opening statement.
Thank you for the opportunity to address you. My name is Miriam Grossman. I am a board-certified child, adolescent, and adult psychiatrist, author, and senior fellow at Do No Harm. I have been taking care of patients for 45 years.
Wow.
I'm going to use my time to respond to Dr. McNamara. First, I'm struck by her use of the phrase, sex assigned at birth. Sex is not assigned at birth. Sex is established at conception. And it's recognized at birth, if not earlier. Dr. McNamara claims that her views are science-based, but to claim that sex is assigned at birth is without any scientific basis whatsoever. Its language misleads people, especially children, into thinking that male and female are arbitrary designations and can change. That is simply not true. Dr. McNamara claims that social and medical interventions are the only evidence-based treatment and that scientific evidence shows it is life-saving. Without it, she's warning us, kids will commit suicide. Well, a growing number of countries have effectively banned the care to which she's referring. And thank God, there's been no wave of suicides or other mental health catastrophes. 3 years ago, Finland placed strict limitations on medical interventions for minors. Sweden did the same thing after a 14-year-old girl was found to have osteoporosis and spinal fractures from puberty blockers. An investigation concluded, quote, the risks of anti-puberty and hormone treatment for those under 18 currently outweigh the possible benefits. The UK conducted a review and called the evidence very low. They've also placed severe restrictions on the care that Dr. McNamara calls life-saving. Norway also analyzed the data and has made similar changes in policy. The National Academy of Medicine in France warned, quote, great medical caution must be taken in children and adolescents, given the vulnerability of this population and the many undesirable, even serious complications the therapies cause. Doctors in New Zealand and Australia have published similar statements. Is Dr. McNamara suggesting that all these countries are rejecting evidence-based treatment and placing their kids at risk of suicide? Regarding that point of view, Finland's gender expert, Dr. Rita Kaltiela, said, quote, it's purposeful disinformation, the spreading of which is irresponsible. All 7 countries, and Florida too, of course, concluded that kids don't need their development interrupted, the girls don't need their periods stopped and their voices lowered, and the boys don't need to grow breasts. What they need is psychotherapy. I have other objections to Dr. McNamara's testimony. She insists that her position, only hers, represents standard medical care. What she doesn't want you to know is that there is no standard. There's a debate. There's a fierce debate. And on the side opposite her stand such prominent figures as Stephen Levine, Kenneth Zucker, Paul McHugh, and James Cantor, among others. These doctors are giants in the field. They have been treating transgender patients and gathering data and publishing papers about them, and I mean no disrespect here, but since before Dr. McNamara was born. The point is that those veteran clinicians and others who have wisdom and experience are ignored because they disagree with the current narrative. They're against medical interventions for the same reason those 7 countries are. There is no evidence of long-term benefit, but there is evidence of harm. I'll end by quoting Jamie Reed, the courageous whistleblower from the Children's Gender Clinic in St. Louis. I believe that hospital receives the medical education funding that we're discussing today. She said that doctors at that clinic said, "We are building the plane while we are flying it." We are building the plane while we are flying it. That's how they described the treatment at their gender clinic. Our precious tax dollars should not support such a perilous experiment. Thank you.
That was a very powerful statement, a very powerful speech. I mean, she made really bold statements there. I love how she started her speech, or her speech. I think it was a speech, right? I love how she started that gender is not assigned at birth. It starts at conception. It is realized at birth. She said something around that. So it is not nobody. So you telling kids that gender is assigned at birth means that they can actually change their gender. It means it is fluid. It can change, right? You can have the male organs, the male genitals, but you can actually change. So it is actually confusing the kid. There's no point confusing them. There is no point. In fact, I'm so. It is disturbing to realize that kids who are supposed to grow normally are having mental breakdown, because there's so much given to them that they're trying to understand. How can a 14-year-old be given puberty blockers? I mean, that situation of that 14-year-old or that child that's had spinal injury just because she's been given puberty blockers and she's been undergoing some surgeries. I mean, it is so insane. These things has to be stopped. Let children let them grow. I know we've talked about this several times on this channel. We've talked about this several times, how children should be allowed to grow. Children should be allowed to be kids. When they grow up, when they're like up to 18, 20, and they want to decide for themselves, yes, they can now, whatever decision they make, they'll be there to see the consequences. But as children, when they're confused, I mean, we all went through adolescence, and we know that stage we are confused, we are curious, we want to ask questions, we have so many things boggling us in our minds. The role of the parents, guardian, teachers is to actually help them through that adolescent part. The worst is even children like 7-year-olds, 6 years old, people, teachers or whoever it is telling them or teaching them, oh, you can be a boy or a girl, you don't have to be, you can be, it is disturbing. I mean, videos like this is so disturbing, and it's disturbing for somebody like me who is here to have her own kids. You're wondering, oh, when your kids come and they go to school, imagine you have a child and then you send your child to school. Of course, the school is there to help your child, help them see those gifts in them, help them educationally, and help them carve their way and their path. But instead, you send them to school and they are being taught, oh, you can be a boy, you can be a girl, you can have 2 mummies, you can, those things that are actually very confusing. And then they are so confused. And sadly, a lot of them will go online, learn a lot of these things on TikTok, and they get confused along the way. So this video is very important. I love all she said. In 5 minutes, she covered a lot of very interesting, very, very vital points. She made really, really vital points, and they are all very important. Let me know which part of this video, or what exactly she said. What was the highlight for you? What she said that triggered something in you. What do you have to say about what she said? What do you think about the video? What do you think about this gender reassignment on kids? What do you guys think about this? Please drop all your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Do well to like this video, give it a thumbs up, share with your friends, drop in the comment section your thoughts, opinions, additions, and subscribe if you haven't, and turn on post notification bell. I'll see you in my next episode. Bye bye.